Well, friends, we continue in what is known as Holy Week. Today marks the significant occasion of Holy Thursday. We will read in a moment the historical passage related to this specific place, known as the Cenacle. Let's take a moment to read the verse together first, and then we will come back to this room once again, also referred to as the upper room, which holds significant historical importance. Therefore, let's take a moment to read the passage. We are in the Gospel of Luke. I absolutely love this beautiful passage regarding the significance of Thursday, and in just a moment, I will explain to you why, leading up to the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is also known as such. Like this feast that we are celebrating this week here in Israel, when the Passover lamb was to be carefully sacrificed. Jesus instructed Peter and John, "Please go and prepare our traditional Passover meal." They asked him, "Where would you like us to prepare it for you?" Jesus replied, "When you enter the city, you will encounter a man who is carrying a large jar filled with water, something very unusual, as this was typically a task done by women. Follow him to the house he enters, and kindly say to the owner of the house, 'The master says, where is the specific place I will celebrate the Passover with my disciples?' He will show you a spacious and well-lit large room, perfect for gatherings, fully furnished and ready for use upstairs. That's why we often refer to it as the upper room, highlighting its elevated position. Prepare everything there." The disciples went and discovered everything exactly as Jesus had described to them, and they meticulously prepared the traditional Passover meal. I really like this passage because many times we tend to ignore or simply do not think on these details. How did Jesus know about this place? Clearly, he knew the owner of the house and the man who is carrying the water, because obviously, the owner of a house typically wouldn't engage in this kind of laborious work. That is to say, this particular person could have easily been a servant or a slave, if you want to call it that. And obviously he knew Jesus. He clearly knew John and Peter. Otherwise, he wouldn't have said that. "Who is that teacher? I don't know that teacher. Would you be willing to let a stranger into your house? I'm going to use the second floor of your house because I'm going to have a dinner with my disciples." Obviously not. So let's also thoughtfully use the logic found within the narratives, ensuring clarity and depth. Because obviously, the Gospels, they're not going to give us all the details of everything Jesus did. Day by day, emphasizing the gradual changes in life, the passage simply focuses on the most significant and relevant aspects for us. So now let's look at what is commonly referred to as the Last Supper event, or the iconic room of the Last Supper. Now, this space is commonly referred to as the room where the Last Supper took place. I'm not going to delve into the intricate details of what takes place at that supper. To achieve that, I kindly invite you to watch my video on the Passover. I made it because we are celebrating Passover this week. We are joyfully celebrating the Passover holiday. So if you haven't seen it yet, certainly, I can also include the link within the video itself. And this is what is known as the room of the Last Supper. And you would genuinely like to clarify further details about the topic itself of this place, its historical origin. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. This video today is going to be a bit shorter than usual, because yesterday, as the gospel was shared, it doesn't clearly inform us about what occurred on Wednesday, while Jesus is in the city of Jerusalem. That's why you should take your chance of these videos I have created. I thoroughly covered all the significant details of what happened that fateful night, according to the Gospels as well. I sincerely hope you are truly enjoying this fascinating series of videos. If you haven't had the chance to see Palm Sunday and Holy Monday yet, on Holy Tuesday, I highly recommend that you consider viewing it this way. And if you have a creative idea for an engaging video about this beautiful land, check my playlist. Please let me know once again in the comments below. I am Aviel, a guide and teacher from the land of the Messiah. I hope to see you tomorrow, because today is a very important day for us that significantly changed the course of human history forever. Shalom.